I didn't graduate with a first class. I had a very strong 4 points. It's a waste, right? I know because 4 points is basically not first class. But I actually graduated among the best in my department. And I basically feel one of the reasons I might not have graduated with a first class was because I was always sick during my undergraduate days. I even had surgery to remove a tumor. Yeah, I had surgery to remove a tumor in my undergraduate days, and I was always sick. There was even a time I was told not to read. I was told not to read during exam, that I should just stay, I should not read because I wasn't feeling too well and I didn't need to stress myself. And I think this basically contributed. But I passed that exam. I passed that exam, and one of the reasons I passed that exam is because I was prepared. Because I was prepared, I know how to prepare. And then when I did my masters, I graduated as the best in my master's degree program. Now I graduated the best in my department in my master's degree program. Now there are some tips I use in reading, there are some tricks I use in reading, and in today's video, I am going to be telling you some of these things so that as a student, you can apply these things and then you graduate with flying colors, right? So let's now, if you are new to this YouTube channel, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and then turn on your notification bell so that whenever I drop a new video, YouTube is going to notify you that a new video has been dropped. So let's get right into some tips that you can use to study as a student. In my 400 level, things were a bit better, and that particular semester, I had all A's and one B. All my courses were A, and I had one B, and the B was 69, just one mark from A. My 400 level second semester, the same thing happened. I had all A's, and I had one B, which was 69. And that semester, my first semester, my result was 4.9. My second semester, my result was also 4.9. Okay, so in this particular video, I'm going to be showing you some strategies and some secrets that you can use to study as a student in Nigeria. So let's get started. Number one is always prepare beforehand. Now, I told you about how I was sick and I was told not to read. I don't really want to go deep into details of what was exactly wrong with me. But I was told not to read, to drop my book, and I actually dropped my book, but I was able to pass the exam in flying colors. I still had my 4 points, right? And the only reason I was able to do that is preparation. I've already prepared beforehand, so there was no way I could fail. Now, one mistake a lot of students used to make is that they don't prepare beforehand. That's one mistake a lot of students used to make. They want to wait till when exam is close, let's say 2 weeks to exam, a day to exam, 1 week to exam before they will start reading. Now, as a student, it's not going to help you, especially if you are that type of student that you want to pursue academic excellence. I know that it's very hard to start reading from the day that you were taught, but it's actually more easier to read one thing or one page or 3 pages every day than when you get to 3 months, 4 months, or whenever you want to do your exam, you now want to read 150 pages in 1 week. Think about it. Every day you come back from school, you, let's say a lecturer has given you something, and let's say the thing is 3 page, you try as much as possible to go over that thing. Even if you are not doing intensive reading, just try as much as possible to go over that thing. Dedicate at least 2 hours, or let's even say 1 hour. Dedicate at least 1 hour or 2 hours to study every day that you come back from school, no matter how tired you are. Or sometimes when you are tired, all you just need to do is, okay, let me study for 30 minutes. It's going to help you in the long run. Now, it's going to help you in the long run. Now, the reason why a lot of persons feel a subject or a course is actually difficult is actually because they don't want to read it. Like, they just convince themselves in their mind that this particular thing is actually difficult and they don't want to read it. And at the end of the day, when exam come, okay, fine, they need to pass their exam. And what you don't want to read, what you have already said is difficult, you want to try and pack everything into your head. It's not going to happen. But if you feel this particular thing is difficult, if you have been reading it little by little, little by little, little by little, at the end of the day, close to your exam, you already have a lot of knowledge that you can use to write that particular exam. So always prepare early, always read early. This actually helps a lot. No matter how tired you are, always try and motivate yourself to pick up your book and read. It will help you. It will help your process in school or your time in school very profitable or very easy. Like I actually prefer that though. I prefer reading little by little and then getting to exam period and I'm the most relaxed person ever than playing through the semester and then getting to exam period is like I want to be a mad person and start gathering all my book and like, oh yeah, let this thing enter my head. It cannot enter your head, please. So always prepare beforehand. Always read. Always read. It's going to help you a lot. Now, I want to even give an example. Now, there was a time in school where somebody told me that it's actually an extension student and she wanted to read with my me and my friends we used to read together. So she wanted to read with us and so there was a time she now told me that me and my friends were actually very intelligent though. And I was like, intelligent ke? Yeah, she was like, you're actually very intelligent. That there's this topic or there's this course rather that she is finding very, very difficult to go through. All right, I was like, okay. And then I asked her questions because we are going to go to all night reading and she wanted to follow us. She was supposed to go to all night reading with us that particular day. And I asked her that question, okay, is this the course you came for carry over? Because we are to write the exam the next day. Is it the course that brought you for extension or that he said yes, that she has I think three. I can't really remember. She has three courses for and she's writing an extension for that brought her back for the extension and she's having two courses the next day and she said something that those two courses are very difficult and we are intelligent. Now this is it, somebody that is not prepared, she is not prepared, she just want to read a day to the exam and pass. Imagine somebody telling you that that particular thing is difficult but yet she doesn't want to prepare, she wants to read a day to the exam and pass. Do you think that person will pass? The person will not pass. And the person you are calling intelligent has been reading from the very first day of semester. This is just the secret. Sometimes some persons are not just intelligent, they are not more intelligent than you. It is you that is not well prepared because you cannot beat somebody that is starting from the very first time that lesson has been given or that course was introduced. You cannot beat that person. You might even have more comprehensive skills than that person. That means you can, like, let's say your brain understands things more than that person, but just because that person has been preparing since, that person will beat you in an exam. So always prepare. If you want to be a student that graduated with an excellent result or a good result, or you are finding it hard to study, you're finding it hard to study or to pass your exam, this is just the secret. Do you used to prepare beforehand or you used to wait till when exam is close before you start wanting to pack everything into your head? You are not a robot, you are a human being. You are a human being, you cannot simply pack everything into your head, especially if it's a course that is more difficult. You cannot pack everything into your head, so be prepared beforehand. Now, number two thing that helped me during my time in school was this: I always ask YouTube what I don't understand. Now, a lot of persons just feel YouTube is for watching movies, it's for watching entertainment. You come here, you stream music, you do a lot of things relating to entertainment. Now, that's not the only thing YouTube is for. Now, during my undergraduate, what really helped me was that YouTube was my friend. If let's say a lecturer teach a topic that I feel I don't understand, that is complex, what I do, I go to YouTube, I check out different answers or different explanation about that particular topic. And once you have watched one, two, three, four, five videos, you already get the topic, you already get the concept. So if you have anything or if you are taught anything and you feel this particular thing is difficult, don't just stay and start complaining. This thing is so difficult, I can't do it, I can't do that. This is it. What you need to do is simple. Ask YouTube, type that particular subject or topic or course on YouTube and you are going to get simple explanations on it. I graduated from biochemistry and like you see a lot of biochemistry explanation on YouTube that has been broken down to the barest minimum. Okay, so if you don't understand anything, check YouTube. Then this is a bonus for you. Like when I was in school, this thing didn't exist. Like when I was in school, AI wasn't really that popular in school. right? And I didn't even have the opportunity to use any AI tool. But right now, there are a lot of AI tools that you can actually use that can help you in reading. Now, one of them is Meta AI. You can tell Meta AI to explain a topic for you in pidgin, and it's going to explain it to you. You can tell Meta AI to do that. You can use Gemini AI. You can use a lot of AI tools. You can use a lot of AI tools to get simple explanation or simpler explanation. All you just need to do is to type the topic or type whatever thing that you don't understand and tell AI to give you a simple explanation on how this particular thing works, and you are going to get it. You are going to get a simple explanation on how it works. Then there's another tool again called Socratic AI tool. This too is by Google. If you are somebody that they gave you a math problem and you want to solve it, all you just need to do is to snap it, and then when you snap it and upload on this particular tool, you are going to get answers, and the answers are not just answers, they are answers that are explained for you. So if you are a student, you can use this tool. Either you ask AI or you ask YouTube or you ask people that are around you. Now you have friends. Now asking people around you doesn't mean they are more intelligent than you, because one thing I realize, students want to raise shoulder, but there's a fact, there are people that will be more intelligent than you, and there are people you'll be more intelligent than. Please find people that are more intelligent than you and ask them questions where you don't understand. Now ask them questions where you don't understand. Even people that you feel you are more intelligent than, they might understand a certain topic and you don't understand it. So always learn to ask people questions, okay? Asking people questions or asking your classmate question will not remove anything from you. Instead, it will add to your knowledge. So always learn to ask people questions so that you will not miss out because of pride. Now, number three tip that helped me is teaching myself. Now, let me tell you something. When you teach yourself something, it stays. When you teach yourself something, it stays. Let's say you understand a topic now. You understand the topic, or let's say you don't understand the topic and then you get a textbook, you go through it and all that, you now finally understand that topic. Do you know the best way that that topic will stay in your head, that particular subject or that particular concept you don't understand before will stay in your head? Pretend you have somebody that is close to you. Pretend you have somebody that you have to teach, and you have to break this particular thing down to the least explanation. Even if you want to use pidgin, just pretend that somebody is there. The person is, let's say the person is not very intelligent and you want to break this down. Now teach yourself like that. Carry pen and paper and have do like you have an imaginary friend and start teaching the person, teaching the person, teaching the person. Before you know, this particular thing will become part of you, because it is very hard. It is very hard for you to forget something that you taught people. All right, it is very hard for you to forget something that you taught another person. Okay, that's why you see that there are some students that they always teach people. One of the reasons they always teach people is that's part of their reading. Me, when I was in school, there are some certain persons that were like, okay, progress, teach me this particular thing, and this is one of the reasons I'm actually happy to teach, because when I'm teaching, I'm also reading at the same time, and this that particular thing helps me a lot. So even if you don't have anybody to teach, pretend that you are teaching an imaginary friend and teach yourself that particular topic. Break it down in the simplest manner possible, and you find out that that topic will become part of you. Now, the fourth tip that can help you is this: always look for more than one explanation to something. This actually helps me a lot. Now, let's say you have a topic or you were taught something, and let's just imagine that you were taught photosynthesis and you want to learn how photosynthesis work. Now, do you know that the way one textbook will explain it for you will not be the same way one textbook will explain it for you, will not be the same way another textbook will explain it for you. There are a lot of complex things that, okay, some lecturers will teach and you are confused, you don't know how to go about this and all that. Don't just use this textbook, don't just use the textbook that was recommended to you. You know that normally in school they usually have textbook that they'll recommend and say, okay, this is a particular textbook that we are using. Don't just use only that textbook to read. Yes, don't just use only that textbook to read. What you need to do is to get different explanations from different textbooks. And at the end of the day, if you can do that, there are some textbooks that break things down more than some other textbooks. All right. So if you can do that, you already have a wide range of what this particular thing is talking about. Okay, so don't just use only one textbook to read. Look for answers in different places. It's the same thing as Don't just listen to only what your teacher say or your lecturer say. Look for answers on YouTube, textbook, browse out on Google, ask AI. At the end of the day, when you join everything together, you'll be an excellent student. Number 15 or the five thing I would say is understand how lecturers want their answers. Now this particular thing is very important. If you are a bold student, you can actually ask your lecturer how you they want their answers, and I'm sure a lot of them will tell you. If you are in a department with same lecturers, yeah, you ask them question in a polite way that, ma, how do I answer this? Do you like people just giving you word for word, or do you like people explaining from what they understand during exams? And some lecturers will be kind enough to tell you what they want. Now, during my undergraduate, there are some lecturers that want you to explain. Some lecturers want you to explain, give like real life examples and all that. And this is how I passed a particular lecturer's course. I think I was always getting A in her course. And some people will say this particular woman's course is very difficult. Now, the only time I had a lesser result in this woman's course was when I had 69 B. I was always having good grades in her course. And the reason is simple. I understood what this woman was looking for. Now, she doesn't just want you to explain something for her. She wants you to explain from different angles. She wants you to explain in a way that it shows that you understand. So when I'm writing her exam, I will explain. One question I can even use 2 pages to write. I will give real life examples that she did not give before. This woman wants you to think, and so I will think and I will show her that I thought about something and I put it down. At the end of the day, I will get my mark. Now, there's another lecturer that she doesn't want that. She just wants straight and simple answers. And I understood that. And what I do for her class is that just the same notes she gave us before, I cram the notes because I know that that is what she wants. And she has been asked, that's what she wants. She doesn't want you to do over sabi and start bringing things that she didn't ask you to bring. So what I do is that I cram her own note and I give it to her in the exam accurately, the same way she thought. Now, this brings us to the sixth one. Now, the sixth one is this: get a notebook. The sixth one has to do with cramming. Get a notebook. If you know you have a lecturer that prefers you to cram, get a notebook and do the cramming. Now, how do you cram? Now, let's say this is how I used to cram during my undergraduate days. Now, I'll get my book and read, let's say, read 4 lines. When I read 4 lines, I will try and write that 4 lines down exactly. So I'll read another one, try and write it down, read another one, try and write it down, read another one, try and write it down. Before you know, I'm done with one page. That same one page I'm done, I'll try and repeat it again if I'm able to get it. Try and repeat it again if I'm able to get it. Like you just see 5 pages of the same thing because I'm trying to cram something. And if I am to enter the exam or whenever I enter the exam for that particular woman's course, all I just do is to carry my pen and I remember everything I crammed. I start writing it down because I already crammed everything. I start writing it. So what I do is that, let's say today she comes to the class and she gives us like 3 pages notes, or she gives us like 2 pages notes. All I just do is to cram, and I don't wait till close to exam before I cram. That's why I say don't wait till close to exam, because you cannot really cram 100 pages, or yes, you cannot really cram 100 pages of a note close to exam. Or let's say you have 2 weeks to exam, you want to cram 100 pages of a note. Do you want to kill yourself? No. But every single day that this woman gives notes, I cram it, I cram it. And the good thing is that in universities your lecturers will not be coming every day. Like the same course or the same lecturer will not be coming to teach you every day. It's different lecturers that will be coming, meaning you have enough time to read if you are really serious about reading. If you are really serious about reading. So what I do is that I cram this particular woman's note because that's what she wants. And at the exam or I download everything from my brain to give her and I get my marks. Now, the seventh tip I'll give you is move with good friends. Now, this is so underestimated if you want to succeed in school or you want to succeed in life. Move with good friends. There are friends that you should not go close to. There are people you should not go close to if you want to succeed as a student or if you want to study better as a student. There are some friends that you go close to and they can even give you more tips on how to succeed or how to be a good student, and they can lead you, oh, let's go to read, let's go and do this, let's go and do that. Not friends that will like every time let's go and party, you too they read book, all those things. No, move with good friends. Move with friends that you know that they have the same goals as you. They want to study, they want to study, they want to They want to study, they want to succeed in their academics. There are people that have no business in succeeding in their academics. They don't want to succeed in their academics. They don't even care about their academics. Imagine you having a friend that don't care about his or her academics, and you want to care about yours. It's not going to work because one person will surely pressure one person. And the truth is the bad ones always win. One of the reasons the bad ones always win, pleasure. Pleasure is sweet. Everybody wants things that is sweet to their body, alright? And your mind sef will even keep convincing you to go through towards pleasure instead of going to read. But if you have friends that they understand that, oh, I need to read my book, you will not open yourself to too many pressure. Like the Bible said, it's better you avoid from temptation, it's better you flee from temptation. So instead of telling yourself that, oh, even if my friends are not too good, or are not the bookworms, or are not the nerds, I can actually be friends to them and be serious. You cannot. It's better you flee from all forms of temptation before you get caught, and at the end of the day maybe you spend your 100 level, 200 level, 400 level, and at the end of the day no good results to show for it. Then another tip that I'm going to give you, I think this is the eighth tip, is look for funny things or rhymes. Have fun with your book. Yeah, have fun with your book. Look for funny things, rhymes. For example, there are songs that, okay, let's say first 20 amino acids. If you're a biochemistry student, you understand what I'm talking about. Let's say you are supposed to cram the first 20 amino acids. Now there are some songs that you can use to cram the first 20 amino acids. Instead of cramming it, like cramming that, okay, this is this, what you just do is you learn the song, and then when and on exam, or when they ask you in exam, you can just be playing that song in your head, and when they ask you first 20 amino acids, you are writing it down. Then number okay, apart from playing the songs in your head, if you are somebody that is actually a busy student, if you're a busy student, you can actually convert your textbook or whatever you have that you want to study into speech or into audio. And when you are busy cooking, you are reading. When you are washing clothes, you are reading. All you just need to do is to plug in your earpod or earphones, and then when you are doing anything, you are reading your book. You can also form songs with your notes. Like this particular thing is actually very helpful. I do it a lot. I will form funny songs with my notes. Yes, with my notes. Like notes I'm supposed to take serious. I'll form funny songs with it. And this way you can actually easily remember it. Now, the ninth one I'm going to talk about, the ninth tip I'm going to talk about is learn to understand your notes instead of cramming. Now, a lot of students make this mistake. Now, cramming, when you cram too much, you tend to forget. When you cram too much, you tend to forget. But if you understand, you will not forget. And the best way to understand is getting different explanation of that particular thing. I've told you before, watch YouTube video, make sure you can teach yourself and break these things down to the barest minimum, and you will not forget anything. Learn to understand stuff. Don't just depend on cramming. I know you want to pass, but don't just depend on cramming. Cramming can fail you at any time, but if you understand something, it can never fail you. Okay, now the last one, I don't want to sound as or sound like a preacher, but the last one is pray to God. Pray to God. Yes, pray to God. As a student, pray to God for understanding. Pray to God for anything that you are doing. Now, I am a living testimony that God really answers prayer, because in my 300 level, when I was so tired of being getting sick every time, I think a friend of mine, she told me this thing in class, but I went home to cry. She told me that, progress, why are you always sick? Or is there no semester that you not be sick? I think that was the statement. You not get semester where you not dey sick. That was the statement. And I went home and started crying. Yeah, I went home and started crying because it was painful. And do you know what I did? There was a Sunday I took money to church. I was supposed to use that money for my transport, but I took that money and I used it to give offering. It was small. It was small. That's why I think faith doesn't have to do with the amount of money that you give. That money was 200 naira. Yes, it was 200 naira. I took it and I told God, I prayed to God in the altar. I gave it as an offering and prayed to God in the altar that answer me I don't want to be sick again. And throughout my 400 level, I was not sick one bit. And that was the first time that in school I wasn't sick. I was not sick one bit throughout my 400 level. And since then, I have noticed tremendous changes in my health. I have been improving. And because of this, I know that faith really works. God really works. So in everything as a student, pray to God. So I'm going to stop this video here. If you are new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video if you got value, and share this video to your friends. Remember to drop a comment.